many of our brothers and sisters going to universities here in Europe. How transferable will their skills be if they decided to come to Asia?
This is a very complex question because the mindset, the approach to problem solving, to interaction. Let's start with the beginning. When you meet in Europe or in our Western world, let's say our Western world, how do you greet? How do you express your greeting? You extend your hands and you shake hands, right? You connect. In Asia, especially in Thailand, there is a power distance. This is how you greet. And the higher you are in the society, the higher your hand should go. You should show respect, and the power distance is accepted as part of the standard, as part of the social fabric. It's not like the equality that we are used to in the Western world, where everybody, at least in the book, in the legal book, everybody is equal. Here, no. There is there is hierarchy. You have to respect that. If you don't, you will have a big problem. And that hierarchy should be expressed at all levels in a different way, especially also in the voice, the way you speak, your body language, your attitude should show humility and respect. Otherwise, you get in trouble.
Right. So because many of us have grown up in Western countries where the leadership is so arrogant, and that arrogance has rubbed off on those of us who are citizens, you know, you gave us the best advice in regards to humility, but by way of, you know, trying to acquiesce, if you will, you know, what would you say are the key points, you know, irrespective, because with Western people, what I have found is our knowledge makes us more arrogant, where in Asia and different parts of the world, the more knowledge they have is the more humble they become. So a haughty, arrogant person who knows next to nothing versus somebody who is highly learned and highly trained and highly sophisticated, you know, what are the benefits that we could extrapolate from interacting more with our Asian brothers and sisters?
Brother Abdul, let me share with you one of my experiences. I was a lawyer of a big university, and that big university is an international university that has a legal status of international organization. I was a legal advisor, and there was a big discussion about changing the status of that university to become a full-blown international organization because there were some legal things that were missing. So I found out the problem, and I wanted to submit it to the board of the university. That day, the discussion was happening, and I rose my hand during the meeting, and I asked the permission to share my findings to the chairman of the board, who was speaking to the audience. And he was very surprised. He says, who I am, because he didn't know me, because I was new. I explained that I was the lawyer of the university, advisor of the president, and the direction that the communication was taking was wrong, because the law didn't say that. What he was saying will bring the university into some problems. So what need to be done is my finding that I wanted to share with him. And then he gave me the floor. He said, okay, Dr. Roland, go ahead. I presented my findings to the board in public. He listened to me, and then he's asked everybody to go out. They deliberated, and then inviting everybody to come back. Follow my story. Then he said, Dr. Roland is right. The finding is correct, and the board was going in the wrong direction. So we will come back to the finding of Dr. Rowland so that we can go to the right, we find the right solution. After that meeting, the secretary was given notice not to invite me anymore into any meeting of the board.
Yes.
You see, what does it mean? I was right. It was acknowledged in public, but the way that I brought it up in public was not the Asian way,
Right.
which I didn't know.
Right.
I asked as I would have acted in the Western world, in Paris, in London, in whatever, that we were educated in that way. I brought that education in Thailand, but it doesn't work like that. So what needed to be done was to go behind, to write my note to the secretary politely, and the secretary will bring it to the chairman so he doesn't lose face. So what I did is making his lose face. This is just one example of the interaction, how to deal with people here, especially when they are in position of power.